Next, after Oprah on Newscope, emotions were running high in Littleton, Colorado today. It's the first day back to class for students traumatized only months ago when two fellow classmates opened fire at Columbine High School. And we'll take a look at what's on the menu at the Illinois State Fair in a 3 Live report. Good evening, I'm Ed Kelly.
And I'm Susan Barnett. Former Tennessee Governor Lamar Alexander is throwing in the towel in the presidential race. And if you're interested in scuba diving, a trip to Australia's Barrier Reef is the ultimate diving experience. And we'll show you a way even non-divers can get a look at this immense underwater ecosystem. That and more next on Newscope.
You ordered a homemade pizza? Fresh pizza coming up, okay? You have any fresh flour? Woohoo! How do you light a gas stove?
One oven fresh pizza? Domino's makes it fresh when you call and delivers it hot in the Domino's heat wave. Domino's, made fresh, arrives fresh. The new Domino's, you gotta taste it to believe it. Now at Domino's, get a large pizza with up to 2 toppings plus an order of cheesy bread for only $11.99. That's a large 2-topping pizza and an order of cheesy bread for just $11.99. Call now.
What if your car slips off the road in slippery rock? Or you need the name of a mechanic in Mechanicsville? Well, if your car is insured by State Farm, then all you have to do is call a local State Farm agent wherever you happen to be, whether it's a big metropolis or just a little one. A good neighbor is nearby to help. So if your car gets stolen in Thief River Falls, or you have some trouble in paradise, there's a State Farm agent there to help you, just like at home.
Don't miss the Apple Dumpling Festival this Friday through Sunday in Atwood with a parade, crafts and flea market, cruise night, delicious food, and great entertainment. This Friday through Sunday in Atwood.
From Channel 3, the television news leader in Central Illinois, this is Newscope.
Good evening. The dark scene of the nation's worst school shooting came alive again today with the happy sounds of 2,000 students and their teachers.
It was a back-to-school day that students at Columbine High School won't soon forget.
CBS's Drew Levinson is in Littleton and has the latest.
Seldom do you see kids so enthusiastic about the first day of school.
We are!
But today was different.
It's so great to look out and see so many of you here today to take back our school!
And that they did. 2,000 strong, reclaiming a building that some feared would never reopen after last spring's horrible shooting that left 15 people dead, including the gunman.
Last year, you made me make a promise that I would not allow anyone or anything to take our school. Well, today, I am fulfilling that promise.
With parents forming a human shield to protect the students, there were many emotional reunions and smiling faces. The shooting itself or the victims were never mentioned. And for that reason, not everyone was celebrating.
To me, it just was rah-rah, let's forget about the kids that died, and, you know, who cares? We'll move on now. Let's forget what happened and move forward, and I think that's wrong.
I think it should be just the way it was, just, you know, nice, quiet, saying hi to everybody, and I think the parents are just going to make it worse.
But for the most part, these words spoken by the principal perhaps say it all.
Columbine, we are back!
In April, the world watched in horror as the deadly rampage unfolded. Today, the students and teachers of Columbine wanted the world to see that they've survived. Drew Levinson, CBS News, Littleton, Colorado.
The American flag that for 4 months had remained at half-staff outside the school was finally raised to the top today. Susan?
Nearly a week after white supremacist Buford Farrow opened fire at a Los Angeles Jewish community center, it's opening its doors once again today. CBS's Teresa Estacio has the story.
A steady stream of cars pulled into the Jewish community center this morning. Everyone seemed eager to put the past behind them.
A little nervous, but it's great to be coming back.
Is it?
Yeah.
How good is it to be coming back?
It's so good. We saw on the news that everybody's happy. The whole camp is full of spirit, and I know some folks are scared to go back, but we're going to move on.
New glass, carpet, and freshly painted walls are some of the repairs made to hopefully erase the damage done from last week's shooting rampage. Self-proclaimed white supremacist Buford Furrow admitted to opening fire on the center, unleashing nearly 70 rounds of ammunition. Out of the 5 injured, one 5-year-old boy remains in the hospital.
Last week I was a maniac, but today I'm fine. And I'm thankful that the community cares.
Over the weekend, family and friends said goodbye to slain postal worker Joseph Ilido, reportedly gunned down by Furrow because of his race. At a rally, Governor Gray Davis called for people to practice more tolerance. Back at the center, some of the kids showed up with brightly colored hair for Crazy Hair Day, an attempt to lighten the mood after all that has happened.
We're ready, and we hope to have it as normal as possible.
Counselors were also on hand, just in case anyone wanted to talk about their feelings involving the shooting. Teresa Estacio, CBS News, Los Angeles.
And here in Central Illinois, emotional testimony today in the civil trial stemming from a brutal double murder case in Danville. Roberta and Pat McNeely were killed by their 15-year-old grandson, Brian Pruitt, back in 1995. The caseworker assigned to Pruitt, Mark Kraut, is on trial for wrongful death. Kraut testified today that the McNeelys asked him to take Pruitt out of their care, but later said they only made that request because of outside pressure. The decision is expected by the end of the week.
It's been a long summer of construction on the University of Illinois campus, and it's not over. The problem is more than 30,000 students are ready to converge on the U of I campus, and some of the construction may get in the way. The biggest problems are expected to be traffic-related. Channel 3's Andy Sachs joins us now with more in a 3 Live report from Campus Town. Good afternoon, Andy.
Good afternoon, Ed. One of the busiest intersections in all of Campus Town, and indeed in Champaign-Urbana, is right here on the corner of Green and Wright Street. You can hear the horns honking. You can see all the traffic in this area. Now, some people might blame that on the rush hour. However, this part of campus, I can assure you, is like this at most times of the year, and the problem is part of Wright Street is dug up. A normally 2-lane road has been reduced to 1 lane. They're running some pipes underground to try and improve the air conditioning system for buildings in this area. But as you can tell, there are quite a few traffic problems because of it. And as thousands and thousands of students come back to the Campus Town area next week already, they expect the problems will become even greater.
I don't think there's any ideal time when we could do this sort of thing, essentially because it takes so long to get the projects completed. If we could take and run a trench down the middle of the street and get the work done within a month, we obviously could do it all while the students are gone, but we don't have the luxury of being able to do anything like that fast.
Now, they don't expect this project to wrap up until June of 2000. So those of you who travel through the Campus Town area, be prepared for quite a few delays over the next year. They say, of course, they will try and do everything they can to make things easier as the students come back to campus. Ed?
Andy, thank you. Our Andy Sachs reporting live from Campus Town. Susan?
And the cleanup is underway in Rantoul after 10 days of high flying at the U.S. National Hot Air Balloon Championships. But while 13 of the 19 scheduled balloon launches did get off the ground, attendance was lower than it was last year, and that means the debt from last year has only increased. Channel 3's Meredith Welsh joins us now with more on this year's success. Meredith.
Susan, the big question today, of course, is was this event a success? And that really depends on who you ask. Pilots say they were pleased with the 10-day event, and vendors aren't exactly complaining, but despite some successful launches and a wide range of events on the ground, attendance was indeed lower than last year. The cleanup got underway today at the former Chanute Air Force Base in Rantoul. While hard numbers aren't in yet, organizers say they didn't break even financially. In addition to last year's $400,000 debt, the event lost about $25,000 more dollars. One organizer says he expected more people from Central Illinois to come.
Quite honestly, we were a little disappointed in the attendance. Our advertising did work. We found that a lot of people from the surrounding areas came out to the event. We heard several people coming from out of state, clear across the country, just to come here for this event. However, the attendance from the local people disappointed us greatly.
And the board of directors will meet tomorrow night to assess their financial situation to see what worked, what didn't, and they'll also decide if, in fact, there will even be an event next year.
Wow, so much work goes into that, so much preparation. A lot of people from the area helping
Indeed, and the bottom line is money.
That's right. Thanks, Meredith. Ed?
Well, whether it's the prized barnyard animals or the amusement park rides, just about everyone has a different reason for going to the state fair. But most people agree on one thing: it's best not to go there with a full stomach. Channel 3 Springfield Bureau Chief Alan Heyman spent the day sampling the fair food and joins us now with more. Good afternoon, Alan.
Ed, good afternoon. Another beautiful day of weather here at the state fairgrounds, and friendly folks are pouring in every hour here, and we're coming up on the dinner hour, and you know what that means. You could basically throw a rock anywhere here at the fairgrounds and hit something to eat. The fried stuff is just about everywhere, but one of the best kept secrets about the state fair is that not everything comes out of a vat of oil. Now everyone knows there are corn dogs and plenty of places to get them on the fairgrounds. They're probably the most popular food here, and they probably always will be. But not everything here is fried. The Meehan family invented salad in a pita 3 years ago, and they don't even have a fryer in their booth.
Deep frying is kind of a pain. It's very dirty and takes a lot of grease, a lot of work, a lot of cleaning constantly. Oh, all right. On that part, I'm not really into that.
There are, of course, a lot of people who are really into that, and we don't mean to knock corn dogs, but coming up tonight at 6, we're going to show you some more of the non-fried foods here at the fairgrounds. Also, we're told there are still plenty of good seats available for tonight's Wayne Newton concert. So, Ed, if you feel like coming on over after work, feel free.
So you've been busy sampling food, and that's going to go on for another hour now?
Yeah, I'm going to go back and eat some more right before the 6 o'clock.
Oh, perfect. Thank you, Alan. Our Alan Heyman reporting live from Springfield. Susan?
I have a bellyache already. If the food and rides at the state fair don't leave you weary or maybe queasy, you might actually get a chance at relaxation while you're there. Hypnotist Alan Sands made an act out of putting volunteers into a trance and making them just act silly. He's been doing the act for the past 8 years and says everyone can be hypnotized if they're open to the idea.
I guess it's a spiritual state. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it for you, but they choose to go wherever their imagination will bring them, and then we stretch and see how far their imagination will go.
Sands appears several times a day at free shows on the Lincoln stage. He's also giving an R-rated show on Friday. Tickets for that, $10.
I wonder if we'll cover that one.
Maybe not a family affair.
Well, just ahead on Newscope, the field of contenders for the Republican presidential nomination is shrinking.
And the Central Illinois official is saying goodbye to his post after 12 years. We'll bring you that story just ahead. Stay with us.
Dad, can I see that glass of water?
Sure. Why?
I'm looking for lead and pesticides in Mom's glass.
Huh?
They could be in anyone's tap water. It's not your fault. Most people don't know.
Thank goodness there's Pure. The new Pure Ultimate Water Filter reduces potential cancer-causing contaminants that may be hiding in your tap water. Pure even reduces more types of contaminants than pitcher filters. So protect your family. Be sure it's Pure.
I just want what's best for you guys.
Since 1947, Adams Memorials has been known for the finest craftsmanship. Today, Wendell and Carol Adams are up to date with computer design and the latest etching techniques. But Adams Memorial still continues the tradition of old-fashioned hand craftsmanship. Whether you choose a contemporary memorial style or the duplication of an older style, Adams Memorials in Charleston is the quality choice. Call toll-free 1-800-252-6547 for the Adams Memorials location nearest you. It's a day to look forward to. It's a day to dream about. It's a day when a year of hard work finally pays off. The excitement builds as these enterprising young entrepreneurs set their sights on the winner's circle at the Illinois State Fair's Sale of Champions. Learn what it takes to be a true winner when WCIA and the Illinois Farm Bureau bring you Blue Ribbon Dreams. Live from the State Fair, Tuesday at 6:30, only on Channel 3.
Meet me where it always feels like summertime. The swing on Wilson's Pond or old Mahoney sign. The good times that you're craving are just around the bend.
It's time for a meal.
Meet me at the Dairy Queen, where the feeling never ends. Meet me at DQ.
Come in and get a chicken strip basket. You get crispy fries and Texas toast.
Come on to that feeling and meet me at DQ.
After 12 years, the Macon County State's Attorney is leaving office at the end of his term. In front of a crowd of friends and family, State's Attorney Larry Fichter announced he will retire next November. Fichter says he feels the office was successful during his tenure, but that the end of the millennium will mark the end of his time as an elected official. The State's Attorney says that he and his wife will continue their involvement in Decatur and Macon County.
We're going to continue to work hard here in the county till the end of next November, and our plans are kind of indefinite. I'm sure we'll be doing some work around here. This is our community, and we enjoy it here.
And Fichter also pledged to support his assistant, who is beginning his campaign now for the election in November of 2000.
Former Tennessee Governor Lamar Alexander is throwing in the towel. He's leaving the race for the GOP presidential nomination. The former Tennessee governor says there's no realistic way to keep going after his poor showing in the Iowa straw poll over the weekend. He is not endorsing anyone else.
And Judy's up next with, Robert Reese is up next with your work week forecast. Sorry about that, Robert.
First, to look at the Weatherline Service telephone numbers where you can get the forecast any time of day.
Here's a little fun you can have at your local McDonald's every day. Right now, you can get 2 spicy Cajun McChicken sandwiches for just $2. Or you can choose 2 juicy double cheeseburgers for just $2. You can even get 2 medium orders of America's favorite fries for $2. Or pair one up with a sandwich for $2. 3 great tastes, $2, and a lot of ways to enjoy them at where else? Did somebody say McDonald's?
I test drove Corolla, the Honda Civic, and I saw the Elantra. It's a better deal all the way around.
This summer, we're celebrating our best value yet, the Hyundai Elantra. The Elantra comes with tons of features, like America's best warranty, air conditioning, power package, and cruise control. All for just $11,984 with automatic transmission. So hurry, America's best value summer sale won't last long. During the summer sale, get the Hyundai Elantra for just $11,984.
Take the Ladies' Man Quiz. Gentlemen, your pregnant wife says...
I'm just wandering around here like a big cow, aren't I, Jimmy?
You say nonsense, you look better than ever, or...
Yeah, Claire looks good, though, don't you think? You lose some weight there, Claire?
No, I'm sorry. Let's try again. She says...
You've got the only testosterone in the house.
You say, thank you, I'm proud to have it, or...
That's not true. Your mother's coming along with a very nice mustache.
Oh, too bad. But remember, there are no losers on Ladies' Man, coming this fall to CBS Monday.
Hi, Jenny. Hi, Louise. And what would you ladies like today?
What's he having? That looks really good.
Oh, that's one of our new melt sandwiches made with our zesty onion rye bread. There's our teriyaki chicken Swiss, Granny's meatloaf melt, or our New York deli melt, each for just $5.99. And you just can't beat Perkins pies. So, what do you think?
I think that sounds pretty good. I think he looks pretty good.
Sorry, ladies. He's not on the menu. Like I say, there's always something new cooking at Perkins.
For most people who scuba dive or even snorkel, it's the one place you'll want to see at least once in your lifetime. Travel reporter Paul Ryan takes us there now to Australia's Great Barrier Reef.
While it does take a fair amount of time and money to get here, for most, diving or snorkeling or just being out on Australia's Great Barrier Reef is worth it.
Well, I've been waiting a long time to get here. I really enjoyed it.
Best place we've been so far.
The Great Barrier Reef is the largest coral reef system on the planet. North to south, it runs 1,250 miles just off Australia's northeast coast, with the city of Cairns near its center. Cairns is a popular gateway for one-day visits to the reef. A bus takes you to nearby Port Douglas, where you board a high-speed ferry for a 90-minute ride to the reef. The boat docks at large floating platforms anchored to the reef. Here you spend the next 3 hours snorkeling or diving. You can even take an introductory scuba lesson, some onboard instruction, followed by a half-hour dive with safety instructor down to 20 feet.
Wonderful. I can describe that. You must go there.
Scuba, even snorkeling, isn't for everyone, but everyone who comes out here does want to see underwater. So as they're given to say down here, no worries, Mike, because you can see plenty of sea life without even getting wet.
This is fantastic.
The platform has underwater viewing windows, and if you don't mind getting your feet wet...
See how big his scales are? Bigger than a 50-cent piece they are.
Stand at the edge of the platform and hand feed the fish that come looking for a free lunch. The all-day reef adventure runs about $100. Includes bus, boat, lunch, and snorkel equipment. I'm Paul Ryan.
Does not include $2,000 to get there.
And that's very important.
Well, Robert Reese has joined us now with a look at our weather.
We had a nice weekend all around central Illinois. We had a little bit warmer weather today. We're going to see some heat tomorrow, and then we're going to cool down again midweek. So let's check our forecast for tonight. We're going to see skies becoming partly cloudy late, 65 to 70 for an overnight low, and probably after 3 a.m. so we're going to see the clouds really build in. Southwest winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, it'll be mostly to partly sunny with a chance of showers, 88 to 92 for a high. Winds out of the west-northwest late in the day at 5 to 10 miles per hour. The 7-day forecast shows a little cooling trend for Thursday and Friday. Showers should be wrapping up on Wednesday, but Thursday is going to be another gorgeous day, mostly sunny, 75 for a high, back up into the mid-80s on Friday after a morning low of 63. Then we're going to take the roller coaster ride back up to Sunday. We should hit a high of 88. So,
okay.
All in all, not too bad.
Not a bad ride, yeah.
Robert, we'll see you at 6. Okay. Thank you.
Coming up on Newscope, every expecting parent fears giving birth prematurely.
But now research shows a new technique could really improve a preemie's chance of survival, and it doesn't cost a penny. But first, a look at the midday Illinois lottery numbers.
This pizza's bringing me back to my days in New York. Broadway, the Garden, that New York street corner pizza. The slices were so big you have to fold them. And they were dripping with cheese and the sauce and the thing.
Steve, you're only 15, and you've never even left Wisconsin.
But the cheese and the folding and...
No.
The big New Yorker pizza from Pizza Hut. This is what pizza's supposed to be. 16 inches of big foldable New York pizza for $9.99. Now when you buy the big New Yorker, make sure to ask for your free 2-liter Mountain Dew at Pizza Hut.
The best time to buy a recreational vehicle is right now during the 99 model closeout at Taylor Brown's RV in Kankakee. They feature diesel motorhomes by Holiday Rambler and Safari and gas motorhomes by Holiday, Winnebago, and Damon from $39,000. See Taylor Brown's outstanding inventory of trailers and fifth wheels priced from under $10,000. 99 Jayco fold-downs are slashed at least 25% off. The 2000s are arriving daily, so save now on the 99s at Taylor Brown RV in Kankakee.
Don't believe everything those boys tell you. Growing up on a farm isn't all hard work. The land's been good to us. It's given us a home and a good living. Everything we believe in goes into farmland lunch meat and hot dogs. Only the finest cuts, slow hickory smoke for a rich, natural taste. Good food that comes from the land. Land we're proud to call ours. Farmland, proud to be farmer-owned.
We brought you the most innovative minivan in history, revolutionary cab-forward design, and the first pickup with 4 doors. And now, here's what's new from the new Dodge, the Dodge Summer Clearance with generous cash allowances. Not to mention extremely low financing. And that's for up to 60 months on Intrepid. What's new from the new Dodge? Just catch the Dodge Summer Clearance.
Might surprise you, but doctors may soon be writing prescriptions for massage. As Dr. Dina Dell reports, a new study finds the power of human touch seems to provide a real medical advantage, at least for the tiniest patients.
Another couple of breaths for me. There you go.
No doubt about it, a massage feels good. It can smooth out the kinks in our muscles and soothe out the stress in our lives just with a touch of a hand. Several studies show massage has real value in relaxing us.
But now new research suggests that massage may actually be an important medical tool as well, because a new study found that when it comes to the most fragile human beings, tiny preemies, massage may not only be able to save money, but perhaps even save lives.
The first hint of the importance of touch was discovered through something called kangarooing. Doctors had parents pick up preemies and hold them skin to skin against their chest while gently rubbing them.
What we've discovered is that, number one, the babies do better. They seem to require less oxygen. They grow much better.
That should be no surprise. Animal studies have shown lab mice handled for just minutes a day grow much better than those not handled. This study went one better and found giving preemies a 15-minute massage 3 times a day caused babies to gain 50% more weight than preemies not massaged.
50%.
You can see that he's breathing very rapidly.
Weight gain is critical for the survival of these fragile infants. Researchers estimate shorter hospital stays could add up to almost $5 billion a year in savings for neonatal ICU costs. That's a big return for a little human touch. I'm Dr. Dean Adele.
And researchers say the benefits of massage may also apply to full-term newborns as well as preemies. So they suggest that parents try it on their infants because it's great for parent-child bonding and for relaxing your little one as well.
Champaign County Crime Stoppers is looking for help this week in solving a bank robbery.
Hi, I'm Officer Huckstep with the Champaign Police Department. This week's Crime Stoppers is seeking your help in solving a bank robbery. At 2:55 p.m. on Thursday, August 12th, an armed robber entered the First Federal Savings Bank at 1912 West Springfield in Champaign. He displayed a handgun and fled the bank with an undetermined amount of cash. The robber ran north between off-track betting and ants in their pants. He left his shirt in that area. The suspect is described as a black male in his mid-20s, 6 foot 1 inches tall, weighing 130 to 160 pounds. He was wearing blue jeans and large white tennis shoes. The suspect shortly after the robbery would have red dye on his hands and possibly elsewhere. Champaign police investigators and FBI are seeking any information you may have about this bank robbery. Crime Stoppers will pay your reward if your information leads to the arrest of the person or persons responsible for this crime. If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers at 373-TIPS. Callers do not have to give their names or appear in court. Cash rewards are also paid for information on other felony crimes or fugitives in the Champaign County area.
And we'll have a preview of tomorrow's Newscope coming up, plus a look at tonight's 6 o'clock news.
And with the internet, some people are conducting business from the beach. But first, a look at what's coming up tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Here's what we're working on. Charges may be dropped against the paparazzi in the Princess Diana case. And we'll tell you about people bent on suicide who forced the police to pull the trigger.
I'm Andy Jacob, president of Worldwide Financial. When homeowners need cash, you need it fast. And Worldwide's new Cash Fast loans are the fastest way for homeowners to borrow money anywhere, even if your credit's bad. Because Worldwide will say yes right on the phone 24 hours a day. But hurry, your chance to get Cash Fast loans ends 11 o'clock Monday night. Worldwide Financial, 1-800-807-YES for Cash Fast when you need it most.
Out here, it seems the wind never stops blowing. They call it the velocity zone. Build and remodel homes here, and you soon learn what you can and can't trust. Contractor John Miranda trusts only one window, Andersen. That's why if you ask him to use anything other than Andersen, he'll ask you to sign a release. So his reputation remains solid. Worry-proof, time-proof. Andersen Windows.
The historic Inn on the Square in downtown Oakland, a bed and breakfast with the extras you'll love. Their renowned tea room features fresh and innovative menu selections, and their gift shop carries unique gifts and collectibles. Plus, there's more to come. The beautiful Inn on the Square, Oakland.
The best time to buy a new car is at the end of the model year. But where is the best place? Your nearest Nissan retailer during Nissan's Millennium Clearance Event. Get $2,000 cash back and 5.9 APR financing on 99 Nissan Altimas. Plus, during the Millennium Clearance Event, get $2,500 cash back on 99 Maximas and Pathfinders with $2,000 cash back and 5.9 APR financing on every 99 Altima. The future has never looked brighter. Nissan. Driven.
At Steak and Shake, we're open from sunrise to sunrise.
You can't have a steak burger without crispy edges. You can't get crispy edges unless you sear them on a hotter grill. You can't sear them on a hotter grill until you master grilling. You can't master grilling until you use the steak cuts. And without steak cuts, you can't have the steak burger.
Steak and Shake, famous for steak burgers.
Beancrock.
Closed captioning is underwritten by WCIA and Illinois Power, a caring company of Central Illinois.
And to look now at what's coming up on Tuesday's Newscope. No doubt about it, travel can be stressful, but we'll tell you about some hotels that are trying to lighten their guests' stress load. Everything from yoga to on-call therapists. We'll have those stories and more when you join us for Tuesday's Newscope. Now coming up tonight on the Channel 3 News at 6, all eyes are on Littleton, Colorado as students there head back to school. In 30 minutes, here's some of the lessons schools here in central Illinois have learned to keep tragedy away from this area. And there's a new push for a major bailout that could help soybean farmers struggling with a poor market. Join us at 6.
You figure you retire someday to a beach?
Boy, I hope so.
Plan?
I can only hope, yeah.
But not too soon.
Not too soon.
Well, this guy's going to make you jealous, Susan.
Uh-oh.
Washington State lawyer Pat Stiley is taking telecommuting to the extreme. He's packing up his laptop and law books and heading to the Caribbean. The Spokane attorney intends to continue his law practice from Belize. He says he'll communicate with clients and fellow attorneys with video conferencing and email, and will do legal research via the internet. Stiley insists he's not retiring, but he does admit to looking forward to some downtime on the beach.
I think that sounds like a great plan for him.
I don't think you can do our job from the beach, though.
No, definitely not.
Susan and I will be back in about 30 minutes with the Channel 3 News at 6.
See you then.
Back to Columbine. Emotions run high as students return to...
His new prime minister, though, was not so sure. Although Putin says the campaign to roust the rebels is working as planned, he told legislators they should quickly consider a